The season 19 upgrades honestly are looking pretty good this time, and it's a little bit more than just a battle pass. Of course, we're also talking about the map changes and some other things as well. So today we've compiled the biggest changes that should be taking place in season 19, and then also some X Factor changes that we don't know for sure, but that you can be on the lookout for. A lot of this stuff is very exciting, and if you guys want a chance to win the Revenant Heirloom Prestige skin, all you gotta do is like, comment, and subscribe. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into this. First thing I wanted to make mention of, one of the bigger changes, I guess this is a bigger change because, you know, they just haven't really done anything different with the battle pass for quite some time, but it is a little bit of an upgrade, but it's not necessarily as big as some of the other changes. The battle pass is now going to be available for pre-order, which is a little bit of a different system that they've done before. But in this, if you're a battle pass junkie for whatever reason, I don't really love the battle passes, to be honest with you, but this is going to give you a bunch of bonus stars. However, Crowdrindo said that it was actually for the current season, not the next season battle pass. But the thing is, if you're buying the battle pass every single season, this is totally worth it because it's not costing you more, and you just get 50 free stars for no reason really at all. Now, what's also kind of interesting is that this battle pass logo has some sort of a sword involved, at least like the logo kind of resembles a sword, and that could be an indication because we do know that we're getting a sword heirloom this season for Newcastle. This was coming from playtester Truth Serum that said Newcastle is getting the next heirloom, and it is supposedly a sword. Now, probably one of the biggest changes that we will be getting in this next season 19 update are the map changes. Now, I will say there's a lot of content about these map changes and a lot of teases about these map changes, but I've also seen the map itself, and even though that those leaks aren't out there, are some more publicly known changes. And then I will also add that there are some changes that are not being talked about, that cannot be talked about, that are also pretty big as well. So just know that there's more to what you're about to see today, a lot more actually, which is exciting because I would say, as someone who's played since day one, I would probably say this is the biggest map change I think I've ever seen in Apex history. It was a lot more than just like one POI town takeover or something, but we do know that there should be a Watson town takeover, and we've actually seen this as well. And there was actually some sort of theory that someone had put around of what the mini map could look like with these two updated POIs. One would basically be replacing the wall up to Amp Station. The other one will be replacing Lightning Rod, now known as Pylon. Of course, this is an older concept. Some of this stuff could have changed, but like I said earlier, a lot more of the map has also changed more than just these POIs. But even on the background of the official EA website, you could see this little pylon figure. It's a massive tower that should actually be a little bit of a hint for the Watson Town takeover. Now, I think the decision to replace Lightning Rod was quite frankly the obvious one. I mean, it's already got a big tower. It's already like electricity themed. It's really cool because you're also getting a new electricity character in Conduit, and it's kind of giving me those season 2 vibes, like the battle charge. And that's another big change obviously coming to season 19, the brand new legend that you could see on screen now, of course, if you haven't seen the trailers already. Conduit's legend ability should also be a little bit interesting and fun to play with because their ultimate ability are unbreakable Watson fences. Her tactical ability heals 25 shields and multiple charges, and according to Oz, the passive are teammates out of attack range to 40% speed boost for Conduit. So all the sweaty TTV Wraith mains might be going over to Conduit because she's going to be really good for being able to 1v3 squads if you're really good with her, but she's also going to be getting a crazy speed boost for not playing with her teammates. So if you're super far from your team, you're going to be running like literal Octane himself. Now, here's where things get really tricky. I don't know if we're on number 4 or 5 or what, but Moy, the animator for Apex Legends, the actual animator director, tweeted out yesterday that on the next trailer that you should see, I believe on Monday, you'll experience something that you're just not ready for. What in the world are they teasing now? And is it one of the things that we've already discussed? Is it the crazy map changes? Is it watching Conduit's abilities? Or is it something that we're not even thinking of? Moy really loves to hype up the community members quite a bit, and I'm interested to see obviously what this turns out to be. He says we'll return to this back on Monday so we can actually know what he was talking about. It's crazy to think that we're already at the end of the year. The launch trailer is coming out pretty soon, but here are some other things that could be coming into Apex Legends that are not necessarily guaranteed for season 19. We know they're coming, we just don't know when they're coming. One of those things is a free heirloom, which oddly enough sounds trippy, but yes, EA could possibly be looking at a new route to monetize heirlooms because heirlooms are obviously one of the more sought after items in the game. Looks like they may be looking to give basically a free heirloom by you doing challenges within the game, but you can spend money to get upgrades on that heirloom to get all the color schemes and the nice, you know, design patterns or whatever it may be. I actually really like this idea, and honestly I think it's a much more fair way to monetize this because because people are basically going to get in love with their heirloom. And I think a lot of people would be interested in possibly upgrading one of their favorite heirlooms to a specific design or color pattern, whatever. It's basically like giving people a free sample so that they come back and buy the full product. Now, another one, and this is probably the one that I'm most excited for, is a brand new permanent mode coming into the mixtape playlist on the Thunderdome map. Well, theoretically, this is probably going to be for a lot of different maps, because obviously a lot of Titanfall maps should be coming into Apex at some point. But according to Thornton Smash, this is more of a hardpoint style mode, as once again released by the playtester, that it is a capture point style mode for mixtape. And of course, mixtape are more permanent game modes. And once again, like I've said for absolutely years, it seems like Respawn is really looking to go into the more permanent style of multiplayer modes for Apex Legends. The same way that Call of Duty has campaign and zombies and Warzone and then also multiplayer, Apex is obviously trying to broaden the horizon and expand as much as they can so that it attracts all player bases alike. This also hints at another possibility, an honorable mention I guess you could speak of, is quest mode returning. Now obviously this one is not guaranteed. I have heard that it was a possibility and that they were interested in doing it not too long ago. However, it's obviously just way easier said than done that Respawn may be looking to do it. Despite many people probably getting their hopes up for Apex Legends, there are still some concerning things, even reported by Apex Global Series yesterday, that EA is still not funding certain things for their own esport in the ALGS. And I'm not talking about just generic esports events. Their official ALGS broadcasting team that basically do some of the online events like regional finals or maybe even some of the challenger circuit stuff. The guys that run that, the guys that host that, the guys that broadcast that, admitted on their application that they are still not financially funded by EA. And I'm just like, man, come on. As good as Apex can really be, EA is still probably going to be the death of us. But a lot of good things to look forward to in season 19, of course. These are some of the bigger things that we talked about in today's video, but of course there will be some other changes as well, like nerfs, buffs, balance changes, gun changes, legend changes, and much more. So stay tuned right here on the channel by liking, subscribing, and commenting down below. We'll see you all in the next one. You can also watch some Apex content by my editor Novell. And until the next time, we'll see you all later, Gators.